everyone. In today's video, I'm going to demonstrate you how we can convert the local file inclusion or upgrade the local file inclusion vulnerability into a remote code execution. And I'll also show you that how we can get the reversal by using this vulnerability. So in order to demonstrate this kind of vulnerability, I am going to use this DBWA security. I've logged into this portal DBWA security, and I'm going to set the DBWA security level to low, and after that I'm going to click on the file inclusion section. Here are three files, as you can see, the file 1, file 2 and file 3. So in order to demonstrate this remote code execution, I need to capture this request to Burp Suite. So in order to capture this request to the Burp Suite, what I did, I'm using the Foxy proxy and transfer to port number 8080. So I click on that, and I'll enable or intercept on. I click on intercept on, and then I'll click on the file 1. As you can see, I have captured this request. I'll forward this request to the repeater, and yes, as you can see, right now we are in the repeater tab, and I'll send this request to the server. We get 200 OK. Before going ahead, I'll see that whether this LFI vulnerability is working or not on this section. So what I'll do, I'll type etc password. So yes, you can see that we received 200 OK, and we received the etc password file over here. So moving ahead, let's use I need to give you some little bit context about what I'm going to do. I'm using the PHP data wrapper in order to do the remote code execution. So PHP data wrapper is one of the wrappers which is installed by the PHP itself, which need the PHP 5.2 version and above. By default, it is enabled on 5.2.0. And how it works, I have created a couple of payload to explain this. It works with the data and then colon, text plain, then you use the base64 encoding and encode your payload over here. So let's suppose this is the one of the web shell, which is the mini web shell of the PHP, which is called. So I am using this mini web shell. Here is the CMD, which is the variable parameter, and this will be executed by the system function. So what I want, that once this is going to be executed, then I should know that my shell is executed on the server. So that will be popped up here, and it will show that shell executed successfully. So in order to work this payload, what I have to do, I have to copy this section and do the base64 encoding for it. So I logged into this website, and here I put in my payload and try to encode this payload. You can see, oh sorry, my Burp Suite is enabled, so I'll disable this Burp Suite right now, and again resend this request. Yeah, this time it's fine. So here you can see this is the base64 encoding of my payload. I'll take this encoding and put it this parameter page is equal to, I'll put here my payload and send it to the server. See here, did we receive any response? No, since my payload is not completely built up. So I have to build up my payload first, which is here. So I'll put in place this payload, and I'll use this data wrapper, PHP data wrapper, to execute my payload. So I copy this whole payload and place it here and send it to the server. As you can see here, we received 200 OK, and we also received shell executed successfully. So it means we have the command execution over the server. So what I'll do next, I'll make this PHP in this way. This is the PHP web shell. Here is the CMD. So whatever I'll put here, that will be going to be executed by the system function. So I'm using the command injection over here by using this ampersand or and sign. CMD is equal to list out all the files on that same directory. So in order to work this command, what I have to do, I have to encode this function by using base64 encoding. So I'll use the same website to encode this. As you can see, yes, we received this base64 encoding, and I'll copy this and place it here. And use this ampersand sign as a command injection, and then I'll call this CMD to list out all the directories, all the files or directories on the server end. So I'll go here, I'll replace this payload to this one, and I'll send this payload. As you can see here, I received 200 OK, and it is listing out all the files which is in the same directory, and that is file 1, file 2, file 3, as you can see here. But still I need the reverse shell on this on this server. What I have to do to upgrade this one? By using the data wrappers. We can execute commands, but that's not the case. How I'll get the reverse shell? So let's try some other commands like id is equal to, id is equal to, can we execute id? Yes, I know that which is the id. What is the directory which I am in? pwd. As you can see, I'm in this directory, and I'll also execute couple of other commands, but that doesn't make sense. I need the reverse shell on this server, which is very beneficial. Those are preparing for, especially for OSCP and CES certification and other hands-on certification. So what I did, I make a reverse shell, and I would like to listen to that reverse shell on port number 555, and this is my system's PC. This is my system's IP address, and this is the port number which I am listening on. I'll show you that how to enable the listener at the attacker machine. So I'll copy this payload, which is kind of a reverse shell, and I'm using this reverse shell to achieve my goal to get the reverse shell. So what I'll do, I'll make this payload, I'll select this payload, which is the reverse shell payload, except the command is equal to cmd is equal to, you can see, and I'll type the control U to URL encode, and before I'll send this payload to the server, I must start the listener, and I'll use the ANSI utility, -L for local, V for verbose, and P for port, and then I'll use the 4x5 because that is my listening port. From here, as you can see right now, everything is ready. Just we need to send this payload to the server so that we can receive the reverse shell. Just click on that. We don't receive any response here. Can we check? Yes, we got it. We got it. The reverse shell over here. We see the here ID is equal to ID parameters, and we can see the here W who I am, and we can execute lot of other commands like uname -a. We can see here, and at least we get the foothold on the server end, and we can use this foothold to upgrade this shell to the root level. That is called the privilege escalation, that I will cover in different part. But that's it in the video. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.